What's up? So today, just a little update of the car. It's been like a while since we filmed anything because I suck. We did the wheels, so you've seen the wheels, but that's them on the car. Great lighting in here. Not bad. So all this stuff up here got a nice wrap. You can show the hood too. Nice little things I did. Tried to film them. Didn't really work out well. Interior as well. Painted all the interior. Nice and gold flaked life. Alright. So what we're doing today is I got a carbon PVO spoiler, and normally you just, do some 3M double-sided tape. Well, I don't know if it's the mold or what, but this doesn't fit amazingly. So as you can see right here, I've got some tape and some holes marked. So basically, I measured in a 1/2 inch from both of these sides, measured 2 inches back to this point, measured another 1/2 inch to make sure that it's a 1/2 inch in to line up with this. Did it on this side as well. So the reason for doing that is we're going to be drilling holes through the top of this and through the trunk so that I know for a fact that it's secure. So I'll show you the hardware. Just went to the local hardware store and got some nice little flat Allen heads and some lock nuts. So I'm going to be drilling the first hole about the same size as the bolt itself, and then with the second hole I'm going to just barely touch the top of the spoiler so that maybe this can mount a little bit more flush to the wing so it doesn't stick up very much. So that's what I'm going to do. Start drilling. Alright, the reason not only for the tape on the spoiler to mark your holes, but also it kind of like helps the carbon weave from not splitting as much, so it kind of like keeps it in place, which I've never drilled into it either way, so I don't know for sure how much different it is, but I'm just going to go ahead and drill the first hole out. Second hole. Alright, so now that those are in, I'm just going to go ahead and, like I said, just barely kind of touch the top of this so it'll kind of bevel it out a little bit. You don't want to go very much because you obviously want that head to catch the top of this. Alright. So now you can see we got some nice little holes there. You can see how it's beveled out just a little bit. So hopefully that'll seat the bolt nice and tight, as well as make it a little bit more flush with the top, because I wanted to try and make it clean. So you can see this sticks up just a little bit, but once I tighten it down, it should pull it through and make it look pretty decent. So what I had to end up doing was you see how that's kind of flat almost. I used that to kind of do a bevel. So it should sit down there just a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna repeat for the other side, and then we'll go mark the trunk and drill the holes in the trunk. Alright, now I'm going to just kind of get this in place. So as you can see right there, we just got a little bit of that red showing. We're gonna do the same amount of gap over on the other side. So now that I've got pressure on everything, I'm just going to go ahead and mark all these holes. That way I'll know where to drill through into the trunk. He's a brave man. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and use the same drill bit size that I used for the hardware that I used in the original hole for the spoiler. So I'm just going to drill all these out, and we won't have to step it up. I might have to go through from the back or from the bottom side, but that should be it.
Stinky.
Okay, so I'm just gonna test fit that.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, after like 3 different tries, I don't know what happened. Probably the fact that I tried to line it up myself without getting help. My holes didn't line up when I went, like if I put bolts in one side and not in the other, or went to go to the other side, they weren't working. So they're definitely not gonna mount as flush as I thought they were going to, but maybe once I tighten them, it'll kind of pull them down a little bit. I'm hoping. Just a tricky thing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably mess with that one again, make it different. So eventually I'll freaking get this to work, guys. It's my first time. This is why you watch me, so that so you can watch me mess up and you can learn from my mistakes. Alright, I've basically just tried my best to drill the holes. I should have probably had help with having the spoiler like aligned better before I made my marks. I felt like they were in a good spot, but I mean, it's not bad by any means, really, but it's just not quite as good when you're going to drill the holes. You want to be as spot on as possible. So basically what I had to do is go back and just redo the holes, and some of them I had to like kind of waller out, or a couple of them I had to like waller out, and which isn't a huge deal, but it's easier to just drill it and get it right the first time. So definitely not ideal. I might end up going to get different hardware or something. As you can see, let me see it just real quick. This is what I was afraid of. I was trying to bevel it out to where that wouldn't happen. So, not like awful, like you kind of have to really look at it, I guess, but it's something that like I'll notice. But tighten these and at least see the fitment of it and everything like that. This is kind of like a first try type of thing, so this is the reason why you film videos, I guess, and if you're willing to share your mistakes, at least help others learn, and I'm all for that. Because, like I said, I can just go get a smaller bolt or something like that. At least I've already got my holes drilled, and, you know, it's not like it's the end of the world. We want to do a little outro.
Nice pan.
Well, there we have it. Not perfect, but like I said, 3M tape didn't really work that great. It was kind of peeling up, so doing the hardware is kind of sketchy if you don't want to drill into a trunk, but you know, it's pretty secure, obviously, and that's kind of all I wanted. So nice and easy. Maybe get some smaller hardware, but there we go. Got a new carbon fiber spoiler now.
If you want to fix the holes, you can use ramen noodles.